All right, so this article, this is some good news. Like, one of the things I've talked about for years is how all these articles, all these like trad cuck, man up, get married, all this bullshit, it always targets the man. It always says men need to man up and get married, no matter how shitty the deal is. It's the man's responsibility. Women are saints and angels and can do no wrong. And for years, I've called, the media and society as a whole out on its gynocentrism, where they don't hold women accountable at all for the role that they're willingly playing in this dynamic. And here we are, September 15th, 2019. Carol Markowitz of the New York Post is actually holding women responsible for the low marriage rate, and even calls out, like, she doesn't call hypergamy by name because, like, I don't think people even know what that word means. But she not immediately, she directly addresses the issue of women refusing to marry someone who makes less money than them as, like, the main problem. There's all these eligible, like, if you don't remember, there was an article last week that we covered about how marriage is, no one's getting married, and they're blaming broke men. They're saying these broke, like, I think the name of the video was Women Steal Men's Jobs, Women Most Affected, or something like that, where, like, all these men are being forced out of the workforce to give way to women in the name of diversity and equality, and these women can't find men who make more money than them because of diversity and equality, and they're blaming the men. Like, why aren't you earning more money than me? Because you took my job. Well, you need to work harder. I can't. I'm barred by law. They can't hire me. They're looking for more women to hire. Oh, that's your fault. How is that my fault? Because feelings. And there you go. That's where we are. So, yeah, Carol Markowitz of the New York Post is actually saying the problem isn't men are broke. The problem is women won't date men who make less money than them. So here is the title of the article. I mean, this is a momentous occasion. This should be like, you should mark this as, like, in your journal, in your dream journal. This might be a dream. I don't know. But here we have a mainstream article of a woman calling out women for their hypergamy and basically being the authors of their own suffering, because it says, don't ditch a potential husband over his income. Like, yeah, that's right, Carol. Yeah, welcome. Welcome to the summit of the mountain, where it's actually all women's fault. Congratulations, you figured it out. You solved Blue's Clues. You followed the breadcrumbs I left you over the last 4 years.
Although I'm surprised that she didn't write in the article, like, and women, if men make more money than you, you can completely cuck them out. Just insult their masculinity at every turn, and you'll be able to run the relationship.
Well, I mean, the thing is, so she's basically trying to split the baby, to borrow a term. She's saying that there's nothing wrong, like, here's part of the article. It says, quote, there's nothing wrong with women wanting their spouse to be a provider. A 2017 Pew poll found that 71% of American adults said it's very important for a man to be able to support his family financially to be a good husband or partner. Dishes aren't enough. So I get it. I get it. Like, and it makes sense. If you are a woman and you're the breadwinner, what happens when you leave the workforce to be a mother? Your family income is going to shit the bed. So it makes sense for the woman to want a man who can provide for her. This idea that women are going to be the breadwinners, but because of nature, they have to be the one to make the babies. They are going to be the ones that get pregnant and at least give birth. And there's all kinds of chemical and like oxytocin bonds that happen to make the woman want to be with the baby. So it's just nature. Like, the solution here is to get women the fuck out of the workforce and give men their jobs back, instead of forcing them out of the workforce in the name of diversity and inclusivity, because you're hurting everyone. Women can't find men who make more money than them and who can support the lifestyle they're accustomed to. Men are broke. No one's having babies. You got single moms on welfare. That's the biggest segment of new parents are just single moms on welfare, which are producing the worst imaginable offspring. So, like, it's bad for everyone, but my principles, my equality, my diversity. So, yeah. Oh, wow. But I'm surprised. But,
Your
like,
TFM
What's up?
She also goes after a study that you mentioned way back about the benefits to men of being married over single.
Oh well, look. Honestly, there are benefits to having a loving relationship. Like there's social benefits. There's even health benefits. If
Well, the one that said that they spend less time with their friends and go to bars less and all that stuff if they're
oh
married.
that fucking
That
Prager
study.
shit. Right. Well, it's
Yeah,
true.
she's going
Yeah.
after that study.
Well, look, I don't look at that as a benefit because you have to work harder. But here's the thing: there are some people who need that. You ever see those like shows like The Biggest Loser, where they have these fat people getting yelled at by personal trainers on like a show? Some people need that. If you just told them, like, I could give you a book and a chart and an exercise plan and a grocery list and tell you there's everything you need to lose weight and meet your fitness goals. Just buy this food, do these exercises, and you'll be fine. And they won't do it because it causes pain. The pain of not eating cake and ice cream, the pain of going to the gym, the pain of saying no to something that brings you pleasure like food. That's too much. However, if they go to a fat camp and they have a personal trainer going through their like locker looking for food, like that scene in Full Metal Jacket. We're like, what the fuck is that? A jelly donut! A jelly donut! Like that kind of shit. They need someone to yell at them. They need someone to make them do push-ups. They need someone to basically force them to make the choices that they don't have the strength to make themselves. So, I've met married guys who need a woman to pick out their clothes for them. Like, they can't even dress themselves. So, the sad thing is, because of, like evolution, clearly this is selected for. Like, these guys who need a woman, they're just willing to submit to whatever woman. Like, I need you to dress me like a fucking child. If that woman doesn't cuck him, that's technically a negative for humanity. That means we're spreading that fucking loser's genes. I'm kind of rooting for the bull at that point. I'm like, please cuck that motherfucker. Look at this weak, pathetic jellyfish of something that's so-called man. Needs a fucking woman to dress him like a child. Please cuck him. Do not allow his genes to replicate.
He doesn't need a wife, though. He needs a nanny.
He'll probably be okay with it, too. He's like, I'll just masturbate in the corner, dear. Oh, yeah, you give her the business, Tyrone. Yeah, you want me to hold the camera? That's that guy. And good for him. Look, whatever consenting adults do in their home, whatever. If you're happy watching your wife get fucked. Off. Right. You just masturbate in the corner like a good cuck. And then maybe Tyrone will buy you a Switch. And a Soylent, like, come on. Everyone wins.
Yeah, just careful where you aim. Some other guys don't tend to like getting sprayed.
Well, you know what? I'm not going to go down that rabbit hole. We're going to move on. I think. But yeah, good job, Carol. Thank you. Like, this is literally the first time I've seen a mainstream article that wasn't like a manosphere blog post actually holding women responsible for anything. Like,
thanks, wow. Carol. We owe you one.
Thank you. I'll give you a lino if you ever like show up in my my chat. I will gift you a free lino.
And I'll throw one on top of it too. Thank you, Carol.
Shit, 2 linos. You could buy nothing with that.
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing. But you'll feel better, and it's like the Holy Ghost. Like it makes you feel good, even if it doesn't exist. Are you worried about the future? Don't be. Gear up, get prepared. Arcadia Gear is an outdoor sporting goods company focusing on survival and preparedness. The Mongrel EDT is a waterproof, thermal-reflective, lightweight nylon tarp which weighs less than 2.5 pounds. It has superior construction, fill-point stress reduction design, double-stitched heat-tape seams. The Fat Boy is a 3/4-inch diameter ferro rod for long-term survival. Lighters will run out of fuel, matches will get wet. Be prepared, give yourself an advantage in the fire department. The Woodsman is an ultralight titanium grill which weighs less than 5.5 ounces, which you can use to cook food in the wilderness. Check out these products at arcadiagear.com. Arcadia Gear, designed for when your life depends on it.
MGTOW means freedom. Freedom from gynocentrism, freedom from the divorce industry, freedom to make money, freedom to do whatever you goddamn want. But while the MGTOW life is easier and more enjoyable than being a slave, it doesn't excuse you from preparing for retirement. And most young men today do not prepare for retirement. But that's okay, because now you got Poor Richard's Retirement. Poor Richard's Retirement is a revolutionary book because unlike today's retirement planning books, it actually fucking works. It puts retirement easily within the reach of every man. Whether you have student loans or behind in your retirement planning, have no retirement savings at all, Poor Richard's Retirement bypasses all of it by showing you how little you truly need to retire. And it does so through the simple fact that happiness is not found in master's degrees, McMansions, corporate slave careers, or whatever lies the matriarchy is selling you, but through the love of family, friends, and your fellow man, all of which are free. So retire early, retire happy, and enjoy the last third of your life. Buy and read Poor Richard's Retirement, the retirement Bible for men, minimalists, and MGTOWs. Available at Amazon.com.
War. War never changes. In the current year, women have declared war on men. Men are not only guilty until proven innocent, but they are not even allowed to prove their innocence. In response to this warfare waged by women, known as feminism, men have sought refuge with waifus, artificial women able to satisfy a man's need for love and sex. Retailers like the Dollhouse began to spread, bringing waifus to men everywhere, freeing them from the enslavement of feminism. Get your waifu today from thedollhouse.com or dc.dollhouse.com if you're in the United States, before they're banned by feminism so they can control men once more. Go to thedollhouse.com and dcdollhouse.com to find your waifu today, before it's too late.
13 Rules to Not Be a Fucking Cuck is my latest book, and my greatest book. My previous works have been mostly comedy, satire, parody. This is a book I didn't just do for the lulz and because it was funny, but actually because I think it will make a difference and will help people. We live in a world with a lot of different competing ideologies, individuals, organizations, everything you could think of, trying to subvert your life for its purpose. Everybody has a plan for your life and they don't care what yours is. But if you don't stand up for your life, about what you want to do with your life, somebody else is going to make that decision for you. So don't be a cuck. Check out 13 Rules to Not Be a Fucking Cuck on Amazon and Amazon Kindle. Links in the description.